So I haven't seen anyone do a direct die mount on their 10900K on YouTube at least, so I wanted to give it a shot, and here's the results. A little backstory: I got my 10900K, overclocked it to 5.2 at 1.3 volts. It was hitting up to the mid 90s just during gaming and Cinebench runs, so it was becoming a little unstable, so I wanted to lower the temperature. I did delid it in the past, copper IHS liquid metal, so I want to give it a shot and see if I get some stability, and it seems to have worked. And for anyone wondering, this is a 10900K 2080 Ti Strix. It's a EK custom loop. I've got two PE360 radiators, the front distro plate with just the little SPC pump. It seems to do the job. The fans are QL 120s. I know they're not the best, but they sure do look good. First off, just have to drain the loop. I've got my nifty little tool I made out of some old tubing. This is a slightly messy, but works pretty good. Included in the direct die kit, you get the plate itself. There's also some extra washers and hardware for depending on what kind of cooler you're running, like an all-in-one. I didn't need any of them, mine specifically. I did opt to get the Quicksilver just to make removing the solder much easier. I didn't really want to be messing around with razor blades. So first things first, place the CPU in the delidding tool. Make sure you have the triangle oriented correctly. Then you just want to place the top down and thread in the hardware. You do want to make sure they're quite tight. Tighten down the screw, and you might have to fight with this back and forth. I had to remove the CPU and turn it and work it back and forth kind of. It was pretty tough, not like the previous CPUs. But eventually you'll be able to pull off the IHS, and now you got a nice mess to clean up. Just use a plastic razor blade to scrape off the silicone adhesive. I'm just using tape to take the CPU down to the tool. I find it easier to work with while using the Quicksilver. You're also kind of protecting the PCB. It is like a kind of cheaper quality liquid metal, which dissolves the solder. So you just have to work it in, give it time. Probably let it sit for maybe 10 minutes. You scrub with the tool that comes with the kit, and once it feels smooth underneath, you should be good. I did have to do a second application, and last I'm just using the polish with the tissue. Cleans it up quite nice. And I did give it a final wipe down with a microfiber, and you should have a nice mirror finish. If you've never applied liquid metal before, be very careful when releasing it from the tube. It can kind of spray out quite violently. Just be very careful. Just put a small amount on there. You can always add more and spray it around with the included Q-tip or grab one. I'm using thermal Grizzly Conductonaut. It's my favorite, and I had it around already. Next, I'm just removing the stock hold down for the CPU off the motherboard. Just 3 screws. Putting down the gasket that came with the kit. Placing down the CPU. And the mounting bracket from Rockit. Cool. So I filled up the loop. It was time to fire it up and do some testing. So from the results, we have about a 11 degree average drop. This is running Cinebench R20. Room temperature is 22 degrees. Water temperature in the loop, 30 degrees Celsius. This is running at 5.2 gigahertz, 1.3 volts under load. So an 11 degree drop isn't quite as much as we've seen in other generations. I'm still pretty happy with it. No regrets. I recommend it if you're in that upper high 80s, mid 90s area. This is definitely giving me some more headroom. And yeah, no regrets. Just be very careful. I'm not recommending this. But I will leave links in the description to everything I've used. Again, not sponsored. I bought all this with my own money. I hope you enjoyed the video. No one's really done this. Yeah, you don't have to leave a like, don't have to subscribe. I'm just doing this for fun. Yeah, thanks for watching.